I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Hampton at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce.
On Friday.
Exactly.
You know what I hate? I hate that I have to check those two trading before I make a bet now. I hate that I have to do that.
To see if there's
sometimes they're good, sometimes they're like
exactly right.
St. Joe's was like minus 155 this morning. I can get a minus 130 on DK. I was like, well, all right, that's an L there. Not going to bet it there, but I mean, there's some good LSU. I got an extra cent or two on from the books, so that was nice.
That was a lucky
shout out LSU, by the way.
You know what's crazy?
I tried telling you guys. I know this team.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday morning to you all. Hope you all had a nice Wednesday night. As far as this is how good we did as a show yesterday. I'm 5-2, and of the three of us that were on the show, I have the worst record because Toast and Spoon are both 5-1. So I'm 5-2 and somehow in last place of the three of us last night. I still have Washington State money line that's at half. But yeah, good day, right, Spoon?
Yeah, I also have Utah State open. That bet does not look good. They're down 10 going into the half right now. A lot of time left, but
You're
still
not
good day
fine.
regardless.
We're fine. I watched multiple teams blow 20-point leads today. We're good.
So this will be a real short stream. I have 8 games, and one of them, none of you picked. Sports Scientist Jacob picked it, so I have a pick from Sports Scientist Jacob at the end.
Did you do my baseballs?
Oh, I didn't. Damn it! I forgot to set up the baseball.
That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, did you get mine?
No.
Oh, well, go Dolo Cy Young. He struck out the side again today.
God damn it, Trevor. I
He
was
is
serious.
back.
I have like 3 pages of notes ready to talk to these people about the Orioles. It can wait a day.
We'll talk about the Orioles tomorrow or Saturday night or something. Campbell Drexel, Spoon, you selected it. Which way you going here?
This is Campbell for me. Drexel's been playing pretty good basketball, but I mean, the first time these two teams met, Campbell won by 21 points. Granted, that game was at home, but I just think Campbell's going to have Drexel's number again tomorrow. Drexel doesn't have a really good offense, and Campbell can just outscore them. Campbell was 4.5-point favorites at home. 1 point dogs here. I have the money line at plus 100. I think this is a really good spot for Campbell. I think this line's a little mispriced. I think they should be short favorites here on the road.
Either you guys have any thoughts? Do you agree with Spoon?
Yeah, well, I really wanted to play Campbell. I haven't played them yet. I looked in this game. Obviously, it's a shorter slate tomorrow, but I do think this is a pretty significant step down in class for them, even though that they already beat this team by 21. But I'm curious to hear what TV Jones has to say, because I know that I know that Drexel has been pretty good as well, but I think that Campbell hasn't been terrible, and they've been playing better competition, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Drexel, they've won 3 of their last 5, 2 straight, but that Campbell game, they did get smoked, absolutely smoked. Outshot at the free throw line by 20 attempts. Also had 19 turnovers in that game. Campbell didn't even shoot well from 3, 4 of 14 from 3, 57% inside the arc. So that's good, but I'm with Spoon. I think this is a repeat, maybe not a 21-point drumming, but I think Campbell's a better team. They're coming off a loss. Drexel's gotten a few wins, but overall they're just not a good. They're a very turnover-prone team, and they play slow. So if they're turning the ball over, not getting shots, at some point Campbell's going to start to score and take over the game. So I like Campbell. I'll take the one. I'll dive into the stinky line.
And that previous, I was going to say, and even that previous game they just played, they lost by 5 to UNC Wilmington, who's a very good basketball team, and Campbell was in that game for almost all of it. I mean, they could have won that game, and had they won that game, I know they didn't, they'd probably be laying 1.5, 2 in this game, I would assume.
So you think they'll close his favor? I'm not touching this now. Good luck, guys. I'm good.
Camels are a friend of the program.
No, you know what? I can't bash the mid majors because I did tailspoon on 2 yesterday with Wofford and Illinois State, and both came through. And actually, they were fun games to watch. I watched both of them too, so I don't want to be bashing mid-majors.
Tell him I'm about to move on Wofford, and he's like, you could have got a better line last night. And I'm like, you're right. I'll stay off. And of course, Wofford comes barking along.
Yo, that did not happen. I bet Wofford a plus 8.5. I did not tell him that was just a made up story. All right, Spoon, you have the floor again. We're in the Conference USA. Liberty Kennesaw.
Dude, fuck yeah.
What's that?
A comment in from Greg Gard himself, head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, says he says this is how Greg Gard talks. He says, "Yo, Trevor, you're not a real Wisconsin fan. I don't ever see you at a game. You bum."
Greg, I picked you guys tonight. I know it's halftime, but get your ass off of YouTube and start making some adjustments. God damn, dude.
Yeah, coach.
Come on, we're playing Oregon.
Coach,
wake up.
Coach, you probably should be making some adjustments and not be watching this. But Spoon, Liberty Kennesaw State.
I'll call Cash Patel on you.
What do you think?
Let's be honest. The real reason he's not going to Wisconsin game is because they don't have the Bratzuka there. I mean, he's not going to go to
They should get the Bratzuka down at the Kohl Center. That would
the Bratzuka is not an indoor toy, dude.
Have any of you guys ever seen the Red Panda in person?
No.
Damn.
That would be pretty awesome. I think I've seen some similar acrobatic acts, but just watching Red Panda is very entertaining.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, we got off track.
This is Liberty -1.5, -110. It's the bet I have. This seems like a very mispriced line. I get Liberty's already clinched this conference. They're coming off a sort of head-scratching loss in their last game, and I think they just get right here. This is a really good basketball team, one of the most efficient offenses in the country. They have one of the tallest point guards. I just think this Liberty team, coming off a bad loss, is in a nice get-back spot. I think this line is priced kind of like Liberty might be laying down for the rest of the season, and Kennesaw still has things to play for. But I just think after an embarrassing loss, Richie McKay is going to have these guys playing really good basketball tomorrow. I think this line is definitely mispriced. I'll take that -1.5. I think it closes close to 3.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you on this one because it looks like Pinnacle was at 1, bought up to 2. Circa was at 1.5, back up to 2. So it looks like there's a couple that are napping a little bit late on the movement. I agree. It does look like this is going to come back up to 2. So I will take that 1.5 with you, Spoon.
I'm with Spoon. The only thing I can add is that Liberty is one of the most experienced teams. If not, I think they're like 2 or 3 actually, but one of the most experienced teams in the country. Kennesaw State, one of the least experienced teams in the country. I just have a hard time believing that Liberty gets their ass whooped and then just lays another dud on the road almost 6 days later. So, yeah, I'm on Liberty as well.
TV Jones, is this a Liberty sweep?
No, I like Kennesaw. Honestly, the first time they played them, Kennesaw outshot them from 3, outshot them from the free throw line, inside the arc. I mean, it was an 8-point game, and Kennesaw got outplayed everywhere on the road, and it was still tight. Kennesaw at home, that place gets rocking. It gets jumping. With Liberty coming into town, I fully expect the building to be rowdy and jumping. So I like Kennesaw here, but I'm not going to bet this solely because of what you guys said. Liberty is one of the most experienced teams in the country. They're coming off of a loss. So I won't fade them. I do like Kennesaw, though. But we have seen these teams that have long win streaks and elongated win streaks. They stumble and drop a few games, go on a skid after they finally lose. So maybe they could here. I mean, going into the Owl's Nest is not anything easy. This place is a rowdy environment. So I'll take Kennesaw, but no bet. You laugh out. Turn this puppy on tomorrow. That place is going to be jumping.
No,
I muted my mic.
No, I was laughing because the comment came in, TV Jones bad pick, and the comment came in from a user named Toast is Baked. People are sick, man. All right.
LSU is a bad pick today too, huh?
Huh? I mean, yes, it was. Ole Miss had like 6 chances to win that game. All right.
Kyle, how about Seattle getting that cover on the road? That's
I'm proud of you.
That put a tear. I was happy about that.
You know, I was
Spoon clap.
I was rooting for Spoon on that one. His ego needed it. He's been trying to back Seattle on the road all year, and it was getting to the point where it was like a wounded animal caught in like a trap, and it was like, dude, just get him out of that trap. So
I think that's like the
Sunday
definition of that clock is right
swept.
twice a day. But go ahead.
Sunday I got reverse swept, and my best friend moved to Florida. I was like, this day sucks.
Ouch.
Michigan State, Purdue, the only awesome basketball game of the day here. Well, the only big time blue blood basketball game of the day. I'm sure the other games TV Jones assures me will be awesome.
They will be.
So I'll just interrupt Kyle really quickly. Do you either of you two have any idea? Is Michigan State possibly going to be missing somebody that I don't know about? Because I understand that Purdue being a favorite, but this line ballooning up to 8 already, like, what? I mean, am I missing something? Like, I'm not trying to make a case that Michigan State's a slam dunk at 8 or anything. I'm just saying I'm really surprised that this number just continues to move. Like, I feel like I'm missing something because this is a big number now. It was, I mean, got down to 5.5 at one point. Now it's up to 8 in some places.
I saw that. I was like, wait, this was just 5.5. What?
Pinnacle's at 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a solid 8 too on the books that we trust. Like, what are we missing?
I was hoping you guys could tell me that.
Ogu, I mean, he's been out. That can't be it.
No, I'm just saying, like,
hold on. I think Spoon was about to answer your question.
I mean, there's no new injuries. The player that he was just referencing, Divine Ugachukwu, I don't necessarily know how to pronounce that, but he's been out for a while. He's one of their better scorers, and definitely somebody Michigan State could use coming down to tournament time. I don't expect him in tomorrow, but Jackson Kohler only played 17 minutes last game. Maybe Kohler is dealing with something. That's not something I look too deep into, but this Michigan State team did not look great versus Ohio State. Ohio State was missing two of their better players in Royal and Mobley. Maybe Ohio State dressed it up a little bit at the end, but it was a 6-point game. I mean, I think Michigan State really should have handled them. I think this is Purdue here. Obviously missed the early number there with the 5.5, 6.5s. But I still think it's a Purdue spot. I think Michigan State has some stuff to figure out before they get right. If this game was flipped and it was at home, I think Michigan State catching points at home would be ridiculous. But I think Purdue needs a big win, and I think this is it.
There's no way you can give. You're not betting this at that number, are you?
No, we watched 2.5-point move already. I'm not taking the butt end.
I'm just making sure. I was looking out for you. You can't bet Purdue at this number. Well, TV Jones, are you about to bet Purdue at this number?
Purdue don't want to bet.
I mean, yeah, but Spoon said, I mean, Kohler, if he's out, GG's. They're gonna have nothing down low. I still think this is a Mackey Arena get-up spot. I mean, Sparty catching 8 points. Everybody and their brother's gonna love that. I think Purdue, that big Indiana win, may have kind of sparked them and got them going again. They were, kind of just pedestrian doing whatever. I know they had that big 30-point win against Maryland, but other than that, really hadn't done much. Lost to Michigan and then blew out IU. Now they got Michigan State coming in. I think they blow them out again. I think they get rolling and head into conference play finally, looking like the team we thought they should be all year. I like Purdue, but I kind of like this under, especially if Kohler's not in. I don't see Michigan State really getting a ton of extra.
He's not hurt. It was just foul trouble. I'm looking into the game.
Oh, foul trouble. Okay.
Everything. I believe he's completely fine.
All right.
Wild line movement already.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I still like that under. Both teams are playing slow as of late. Michigan State's defense is kind of a little worse, but they're still going to be fine. This is a big game. Both play slow. I think this is just going to be a rock fight, but I think Purdue wins something like 71, like 60, something like that. So give me Purdue in the under.
There's just no way you could convince me that the fair price for this game should not be lower than this. Like, there's just no way. Would this line be in the Breslin Center? Purdue -2? Get the fuck out of it. Like, this number's too high. That's very clear. It's just a matter of whether or not I'm missing something or not. This number's too high. Yeah. This number's too high.
It just doesn't. Yeah, like I said, it doesn't really make sense to me. The 5.5, sure, that can make sense a little bit, but I mean, even if you're just like looking at face value at Purdue at home this year, yes, they are 12-3. That's really good. The 3 losses were to Iowa State, Illinois, and Michigan. Although 3 of those teams are very, very good, just like Michigan State is. And even when they play teams that are like second tier level, especially in this conference, like Iowa and Oregon, I mean, they're not blowing teams out. They only beat Washington by 8 themselves. So at what point, I mean, are we just comparing Michigan State to teams like Minnesota and Marquette? I mean, and I guess the Indiana game obviously was really good for them, but that seems like more of a lucky game for them when they couldn't miss a shot. This number makes absolutely no sense. I truly feel like something's got to be missing or somebody's got to be out.
No, it's going to come back down. Let's take Michigan State, dude.
And at the 8?
It's going to come back down. There's no way it closes. There's just no way. There's no way it closes at 7.5. It's going to come back down.
They're begging for Sparty money.
They ain't begging for shit. Sparty might win this
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah, here's 8 points with Izzo in Michigan State. Here you go.
All right. I'm taking them.
Come on, Kyle. Don't do it. Don't trade +8 with Sparty.
Where are you doing it at?
It looks like I can get a the best I can get is 7.5 MGM. Where the hell is it? Oh my god, yo! Here we go. 7.5 MGM. It's gonna come down, right?
So, are you telling me that Pinnacle has an 8 right now?
Yeah.
And you think that the dull books aren't going to follow Pinnacle?
Well, the dull books are at 7.5. Circa's at 7. So they've got the double.
So they kind of...
I think the fair is around that original 5.5. I disagree with the movement. I think it settles around where it opened. Give me that.
Okay. I'll play it.
I'm in.
Nothing crazy.
The 5.5 made sense. Purdue's a stronger team. Michigan State going through something in MAC. Yeah, 5.5 made sense. That's the fair. I disagree with the movement. It'll come back. That's what I'm banking on. All right.
This was like Kennesaw State catching 8 points versus Purdue at MAC. Yeah, I'd be on Kennesaw with you, but not a team like Michigan State.
I don't even know how to decipher what you just said to me, Spoon.
Because he's telling you, if Kennesaw was catching 8, the line's telling you. Purdue's laying 8 here, the line's telling you.
Yeah, it's telling me that it's about 2 points too high, and there's an edge on Michigan State. That's what it's telling me. Dude,
all right, buddy.
These sports books are not operated by fucking Miss Cleo, TV Jones. It's coming back down. Hawaii, UC Davis, West Coast. Who picked this one? Let's go to our... And the answer
I
is...
asked to talk about this because it's going to be a short card tomorrow. This game immediately popped out at me. I thought Hawaii was catching a short number. KenPom only makes this number 1, but I think Hawaii is a much better team than UC Davis. Now, part of that, Hawaii has a huge home court advantage when they're at home, and they're obviously not playing on the island tomorrow, but I feel like this is a Hawaii money line spot. UC Davis has been a little bit of cover machine, as Toast alluded to when we were talking about this game earlier, and I'm not quite ready to step in front of it, but I do lean Hawaii tomorrow. I think they're the better team, and on a neutral, I think they should be maybe 4.5, 5-point favorites.
Mr. Wesker says Miss Cleo's in jail. Is she really locked?
Yeah, oh yeah. I watched the documentary on her. Yeah.
Oh my god, I have to watch that tonight. All right. Anyway, TV Jones, do you agree with Hawaii here?
I do. Hawaii's also tied atop the Big West here with Irvine, so this is a must-win game for them. They beat Davis this year. They lost 2 of their last 3. Come off the Santa Barbara win. They're traveling here for Davis. Davis off of a win. I think Hawaii is still the better team. They're bigger. They got great guards. They can defend. They can score. And they need to win to keep in the race for the Big West here. So I'll take Hawaii on the money line. I'll ride with Spooners here.
I honestly couldn't disagree more. For me, you have a Hawaii team that's 4-5 on the road with some, okay performances versus teams like UC Riverside, which is significantly worse than UC Davis, Cal Bakersfield, which is significantly worse than UC Davis, Long Beach State, significantly worse, Cal Poly, significantly worse. Like any time that they've had to step up in competition in any remote way, like call it, 160 south of KenPom, they haven't played well, and you have a UC Davis team that's 10-3 at home this year. Their 3 losses were to Seattle, was one of them. It was a 1-point game. Seattle is, I think, a better team than Hawaii is. Cal Bakersfield by 2, they're not better. And then UC San Diego by 6. UC San Diego's not; they're like all in like middle of the pack. But regardless, I want 2 personally if I can get it. But if this number gets to 2, I will be on UC Davis. I think they're a significantly better home team. I think Hawaii is a significantly worse road team, and I think this is a great spot for UC Davis. So I know that Hawaii needs this game to stay up on the top, but I think this is a really good UC Davis spot here. I haven't bet it yet. I want 2, but yeah.
I'm good on this one. Next up. North Dakota State, St. Thomas. I know Spoon requested this because he texted us specifically to ask for it.
Great game.
Okay.
Yes, St. Thomas is not looking pretty their last few games. They've lost outright as favorites in 2 of their last 3. But this St. Thomas team is much better at home than they are on the road, and they're coming off 3 straight road games. North Dakota State and St. Thomas already played this year. St. Thomas opened up as 2-point dogs in that game, and they're 3.5-point favorites here, a 5-point swing home to road. Not a absolutely alarming difference, but definitely notable, and I think that's just because the Tommies play so much better at home. I think this is a spot where I wouldn't be surprised to watch this team win by double digits tomorrow. The same way the Tommies play better at home, North Dakota State does as well. And on the road, this team has not played the same basketball. I know they have a ton of wins. They're going up against St. Thomas. They're sitting 23-6 on the season, 13-1 in conference. But I think this is a really tough loss for them. You don't see a team sitting 13-1, 23-6 as a dog by over a possession very often. I think that's for a reason. I have St. Thomas -3.
Yo, Washington State, wake up.
Yeah, I know. I got it on.
Wake up.
Your other ones look all right, though. Unfortunately, Washington State's the one I tailed. So what do you guys think about his pick here?
I'm with him. I like St. Thomas. I like St. Thomas team total over. Both these teams play with a little bit of, or St. Thomas plays with a little bit of pace, and that's going to, I think, make North Dakota speed up a little bit, especially at home. After 3 straight road games, they're eager to get back home. This is a new arena. It's not the Shoenecker. So they got a new arena. They're adjusting to it. So it's taking a little bit of time. This isn't the dominance that they once had, but they're still really good at home. And coming off of 3 straight road games, and then you got a big-time opponent, North Dakota State, coming in here. I think they get up. I think they run it up. I think this is just a game where St. Thomas looks like St. Thomas from last year and just runs a muck on them. So yeah, I'll be riding with them on the Tommies too. Me and Spooners are in agreement tonight.
Spoon, are the allegations in the comments true? They're saying you're a big Lego guy.
What's wrong with Legos?
I'm not big into Legos.
Allegations are
I've
not
been to
true.
Lego Land a couple times with my kid. I put together some of the Minecraft sets with him, but that's about as far as it goes.
Legos are legit. I haven't Legoed in like 20 years, but Legos are legit.
I'm taking my kid to Disneyland in a week and a half, and he wants to go to the Lego store, and I'm terrified because I'm terrible with that stuff.
Do you agree with
Your Wallace would be terrified of Disneyland.
You agree with these guys?
Yeah, I didn't really look at this game, though, but I know I like Ben St. Thomas, but yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Wichita State, Memphis.
I clicked this game. I just wanted these guys' opinion before I bet Wichita State. Is Memphis dead?
Brother, they've been dead.
I thought we said Memphis is dead a month ago. You guys keep trying to revive them.
No, I haven't been betting them. I was just curious because at home is the one spot that you like to bet them. I didn't want to bet them their previous game. They had just spent 4 of their last 5 games on the road, and UAB was decent. But now they're playing an even better Wichita State team than UAB, and we're still catching a point or plus 100 on the money line. Like I honestly don't understand it. And Wichita State's been playing pretty well as of late. I just don't understand this number, to be dead honest with you guys. That's why I asked. If Memphis is dead, I'm going to be playing Wichita State plus 100 or whatever the number is now.
Spoon, do you agree that that Wichita State should be favored here?
I do agree that Wichita State should be favored here. They were 4-point favorites in the first matchup versus Memphis at home. That game was a 74-59 victory for Wichita. Now they're on the road. I get there's a little bit of swing with the number, but I just think with the recent play, the result of the first game, that this number's a little bit off. Wichita should probably be like -1.5 here. I haven't played this number yet. Memphis is kind of backed into a corner. They do seem like they're dead, but Penny Hardaway probably on the hot seat, might be looking for a new job here in the next couple seasons. And you don't want to end the season on a losing streak like this. They only have East Carolina as an easy win left on the season. I think all the other games they can lose, including this Wichita State game. I expect good effort from Memphis, but this is Wichita State for me. I haven't bet it yet.
TV Jones, do you agree that Wichita State should be favored here?
Yeah, I like Wichita. I mean, if you just look at what Memphis has been doing lately, it's been a whole lot of nothing. I mean, they're just getting blown out. I mean, the last 4, North Texas on the road, 3 of them are on the road. I'll come some slack there, but North Texas beat them by 7. Utah State beat them by 25. South Florida beat them by 21, and then UAB just beat them by 11 on their home floor. Wichita coming in here, they've been playing good ball. I mean, winners of three straight, 5 of their last 6. They already beat Memphis 74-59 at home. Like, they just beat them down. I know this isn't in the roundhouse. They're really good in the roundhouse, but Memphis is a favorite. I know it's not double digit, but Memphis is a favorite. Doesn't really end well. This Memphis team has looked dead in the water. They're losing by double digits, 20 points on the regular. It's just not flowing well. I mean, yeah, you look at right there, last 5. Their net rating is horrible. Their offense is down. Their defense is abysmal. And if you look at Wichita, their defense is really damn good. So I'll back Wichita here as a dog. This Memphis team ain't the same team from years past.
Well, it looked like if you were going to play Wichita, though, the time has passed because there were 2s. It's now down,
then I won't bet it then.
It's down to 1. I kind of want to play Memphis as a dog at the tail end, to be honest.
I don't hate that.
I want to give me a Memphis +2, and I'm in. If it keeps swinging, it's not there yet. It looks like it's about a pick now, but if I get a Memphis +1.5, Memphis +2 at the very tail end, I'd be interested.
I really don't think this is going to be a 1-possession game either way. I think if Wichita wins it, it's by 2 or 3 possessions, and same with Memphis. I don't think either of these teams really drag each other into the mud here. It's just going to be whoever really commands their style of basketball on the court.
Well, all I'm worried about is the probability that Memphis wins. And if it crosses the threshold, I will take it. UC Irvine's, Cal State Northridge. Who selected this?
Well, me and Spoon talked about it. Spoon, if you want to go first, it's up to you. Either I can go, you can go.
I'd like to hear your opinion on this. I have a strong lean here, but these West Coast teams, I don't have a good hold on. So I'd like to hear your opinion first.
For me, I think that it's really easy to say that UC Irvine is in a kind of like a buy low situation, I guess, coming off of a loss. And I don't know what people are going to talk about Hawaii having to play for something. Well, the team that they have to worry about in this conference is UC Irvine. CSUN's the other one. I just feel that UC Irvine is a significantly better team. And yes, this game is on the road. That's not great, but I don't understand. I really don't understand this number, to be dead honest with you. I understand that CSUN has been playing much better as of late. I'm well aware of that. But the competition has been meh at times. They got Hawaii, which looks really good. But like I talked about, I don't trust Hawaii on the road to save my life. So the one game that they really looked good was against UC San Diego at home. They killed them. So again, they've been playing really well. But I do think that UC Irvine, especially off a loss, as a big step up in competition, has all the advantage here. UC Irvine has the best defense in the conference by far. And I understand that CSUN's offense has been decent at times, but at the same time, they can't stop. They're not going to be able to stop UC Irvine from shooting the 3 ball. And if they're only just, unless UC Irvine is just absolutely ice cold, I just have a hard time believing they're not in this game the whole time. And we're getting a good price at them, especially at plus money. So it would only be UC Irvine for me. I just wanted to see what this line did because I know that CSUN had been playing so well. I don't know how many games in a row they've won. It's a lot. So I thought that they might take a little bit of money.
TV Jones, do you agree?
I like CSUN at home. You get the top dog coming in here. I know I like Hawaii, but I think they just match up better. I mean, these two played earlier. Irvine beat them by 14, but this is two different teams now. You got a CSUN team that's winning. You got an Irvine team that's lost 3 of their last 5. And this one's on the road too. And they're on the road, hasn't been treating them too well lately. I know they beat Long Beach, but they dropped the previous 2, Cal Poly. And then I guess Santa Barbara is, whatever for that. But still, CSUN's at home. This is a big get-up game. Is this on national TV? Nope, ESPN Plus. Regardless, I still like CSUN here. I think it's a huge get-up game for them. Irvine coming in, they're not playing good ball. They're kind of starting to go the opposite way. CSUN trending upwards. I like CSUN at home.
Spoon, you want to break the tie here?
So the first time these two teams met, CSUN was catching 7.5 points on the road. So just line functionality wise, it makes me kind of lean UC Irvine at the number, but I think CSUN is playing really good basketball. They have some really good guards there between Josiah Davis, Larry Hughes Jr. I think they have what it takes to beat Irvine tomorrow. That the line kind of makes me question it, but also built into that, Elijah Cole, one of Irvine's better players, has been out now the last 7 or 8 games, and Irvine's taken 3 losses now in their last 5 without him. I think this Irvine team's still trying to figure out how exactly to be as dominant without him in the lineup. CSUN's peaking at this time. Number wise, I think it's Irvine, but just my gut, who I think wins this game, it's CSUN. Probably not going to play this game just because of the amount of conflicting factors here for myself.
I'm good also.
And the only thing that I will say about the Irvine losses is that they've been like the Santa Barbara game. They were in that game, and then Santa Barbara literally could not miss in the second half. The Cal Poly game, UC Irvine was up huge, and then they just completely pissed the game away. And then the UC San Diego game was back and forth. It was a 2-point game, obviously, but it was back and forth the whole night. But I don't know. I just feel like their record is a lot worse than it really is.
Sorry, I'm having trouble. I'm going to give you guys
better than it really is.
So I can show you guys what's in front of me right now. So see why I'm having trouble focusing. I'll put it up on the screen in a second. Last game, college basketball game up.
Is your cat there or something?
No. There's 8 basketball games on in front of me. Usually there's not this much action. So the last
I'm
game,
going to call it Utah State's dead. GG's. Congratulations.
Been dead for 20 minutes.
So this game was chosen by sports scientist Jacob. He picked Eastern Washington. Is his pick. The name of the segment is Sports Scientist Jacob, sharp or fraud? Eastern Washington. So, TV Jones, Sports Scientist Jacob, do you agree with Eastern Washington?
E-dub, I hadn't gotten to look at this game yet, but Northern Colorado, what they did, they won 7 straight here. E-dubs won a bunch straight here too. They're at home. What they do last time? Lost by 3 on the road. Played them tough on the road. They're at home. Both are playing really good ball. Now you're going to give me Northern Colorado as a home dog. This is in Eastern Washington. Yeah, that's a weird line. Man, I just don't know. Eastern Washington can turn it over. That could be issues. I'll take Northern Colorado. Weird line. I'll take them +1 on the road. They're playing good. I think they show up and get some revenge at their crib this time.
So you're saying sports scientist Jacob has no idea what he's doing?
I mean, I just looked at this game for 2 seconds. I'm not betting this game, but this is where I would sit. Maybe I'll bet this when I look into it more, but throw on the spot. Northern Colorado, weird line on the road. Get revenge. Get your ass beat in your own house. Come on, go back and return the favor.
This is what's in front of me, by the way, guys. Which is why I'm having trouble focusing. I got way too much basketball going on. So, all right. Spoon, do you agree with sports scientist Jacob here?
Pretty big line shift from the first game. Eastern Washington catching 6.5, 7.5 in that first game. I get they've been playing good basketball, but I mean, they've just rallied off some wins. I think it's kind of a sell high on them. In that first game, Eastern Washington shot almost 50% from 3, and Northern Colorado shot less than 40% from the field combined. So I think Northern Colorado can play a little bit better basketball, and I think this line's just a little bit of an overreaction to the recent play by Eastern Washington. I don't agree with Jacob here. I haven't bet it, though.
Wow, nobody agrees. Jacob, defend yourself in the comments, bro. He's not even here.
Yeah. You can put up fraud in capital letters for me as well.
What?
I think that Northern Colorado is clearly the better team. And I know that they have not had a lot of success on the road so far this year. They're 7-6 on the road so far this year, but I will list all the teams that they lost to on the road, and all of them but 2 are a lot better than Eastern Washington. Texas Tech, Montana State, Montana, Portland State, all better than Eastern Washington. The Sacramento State game is unexcusable. They lost that game in overtime by 4, and then they lost to Northern Arizona a few days later at overtime by 4 as well. They were giving up the 3 ball like no one's business. Northern Arizona hit 9 of 16 from 3. Sacramento State hit 10 of 32 from 3. But the next 2 games on the road versus Weber State and Idaho State, not as good as Eastern Washington, but they held those teams. 2 of 17 for Weber State, 6 of 19 from deep from Idaho State. I just feel like if they're able to keep Eastern Washington from shooting the 3 ball, which they have been good at home, but I do think that they'll have a little bit of disadvantage here against Northern Colorado. I think that Northern Colorado can slow this game down. I just don't get the line. I agree with Spoon. This line, I don't understand why we're catching points here. Like, it just feels very weird to me. Like, I feel like Northern Colorado should be at least -1.5, -2. And I truly do.
I'm siding with Jacob because none of you guys believe in the scientist. I believe in the scientist. So Eastern Washington for me. All right, guys, go enjoy your night. I invited Scott. I'm sure he'll be here in a second. I do have a few NBA bets.
Oh, I got a bonus pick.
Go ahead.
Standalone game, 10 a.m. Obviously got to bet it. Give me Hampton in this one. I like Hampton. It's a weird time, 11 a.m. Traveling, getting here. Hampton's lost 3 straight. Away from home, they play a lot better at home than on the road. And then Charleston's won 3 straight here as well. Now they got to go play Hampton off their final home game. I think this is a spot Hampton can hang in here. I think it's just going to be a disgusting game. First half under in Hampton, plus the 4.5.
Hampton and first half under at 11 a.m. in the morning. Yeah.
Yep, you betcha.
All right.
You don't actually have to bet it because there's nothing else on. Like,
no, it's a standalone.
Trevor assures us that we do have to bet it because it's standalone.
Mm-hmm. He won with Bucknell this morning. He also won with Bucknell this morning, so he said
Bucknell plus 3.5, and I traded first half money line for Bucknell too, so that was nice.
All right, I'm going to talk NBA. Talk to you guys later.
All right, later, guys.
Good luck.
Scott, Brewers World Series, get your ticket.
Oh, you know Scott? You know TV Jones, Scott?
So that counts.
They couldn't hear you, so Scott was in the background. I said, Scott, you know TV Jones? And he goes, no.
Maybe our paths have crossed once or twice, but no, not really. But I did pick the Brewers to win the division when I did the NL Central preview.
He's done maybe that's what he saw. He's been on the college experience, so he's over there with you guys run in the same circles. I'm surprised that you're not friends.
I think he's in the comment section all the time, but I don't know if I've actually crossed paths with him face to face.
It's probably better for you as a person if you avoid crossing paths with him.
You should have told me that before I joined the stream because I think that ship has sailed, right?
The way he said, he's like, Scott, what's up, man? I was like, you guys know each other?
I know he checks in for like all the baseball shows. So.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what he's talking about. So, all right, so we have 6 games, and we each pick 3. Today is the complete opposite of yesterday for me. Yesterday, I had 1 bet, and the number was long gone. Today, I have 3 bets, and it looks like the market hates all 3. So it looks like I made some bad bets here. We'll see. So you're up first, Scott. Hornets Pacers, this is you.
Yeah, sure. So once again, I'm going to fade some tanking teams, but I am going to go with the team total over for Charlotte. I see 121.5 at -120. Over the past 10 games, the Pacers play fast and they play no defense, so that's a pretty good combo. Past 10 games, Pacers ranked 24th in defensive rating and 4th in pace. Charlotte, though, has been quite good offensively recently. They have scored at least 129 in 2 straight. As for Indiana, I faded them last game against Philly, and Philly scored, about 190 points. I'm going to go with the team total over because the Pacers have allowed at least 131 in 3 straight games. They're not trying to guard anybody. They don't want to guard anybody. They're trying to lose every game at this point. Give me Charlotte to potentially cover, but it is a massive line on the road. Instead, give me the team total over. I think they get to at least 125.
Yeah, I didn't have a ton of thoughts on this game. It actually opened up right where I had it. So I brought up my what I did before everything opened up. I had this one at about 13. And so, yeah, I this opened up pretty. I said I would bet the Hornets at 11 or lower. It opened up at 12.5, 13. So really nothing for me there.
That's how I felt. The line felt, I understand why it's so long, especially since Siakam's probably not going to play. But if they're going to cover, they're probably going to score at least 120-something points.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not sweat out Charlotte's defense if I don't have to.
Yep, agreed. So next up is my first bet. And the market's moving against me here. I really don't know why. We're going to have... It's going down. Does the market really have Miami above the 76ers on a neutral right now? Because I completely agree. Let me make sure there's not a injury update that I've missed. No, same as always. Davion Mitchell listed as questionable. Joel Embiid listed as probable. That's the same as it was when I was looking at it before. When Joel Embiid plays, I know there was a narrative earlier in the season that the Sixers are better without Embiid. And when he was dealing with a knee injury, and he was dealing with, I think it was his back earlier in the season. He had some problems. And earlier in the season, he wasn't himself. But the last month and a half, the Sixers have definitely been considerably better with Joel Embiid on the floor. And I mean, in the last 7 games they played with Embiid, they're 6-1, 5-2 against the spread with an offensive rating over 123. He also solves a lot of their defensive problems. Philadelphia not as good of a defensive team without Paul George. He's actually been playing great defense, but with Embiid there to protect the basket, it puts them in a much better position. Philadelphia's been head and shoulders better when Joel Embiid plays. Looks like Embiid's going to play here, and if he plays, he's currently listed as probable. Maybe I get screwed. Maybe that's what the line movement is saying. Maybe someone leaked that Embiid is secretly not playing. I don't know. I think it would move more than that if that was the case. But I took Philadelphia money line. I thought Philadelphia would close at 3.5 if Embiid's playing, which is still possible. But yeah, I'm surprised it moved the other way. You could probably get a better number than I did right now. So the number I got, I forget exactly what I got, like 120. I forget exactly what number I got, to be honest, but I got Philadelphia money line as a short favorite. And I think they closed 3.5 if Embiid plays. So
yeah, for me, I didn't really have much on this game personally. I'm happy you chose this game so I didn't have to, because the game I thought was a pretty big toss-up for me. Miami, I faded last episode with you. We had Milwaukee. Shout out to them. They won outright. But the point is, Miami's been a team for years that I'd rather take as a dog than a favorite. They mess around constantly when they're supposed to win, and when people doubt them, they show up. So it's kind of something I've noticed for the last couple of years. I didn't have much. I feel like Miami tends to have Philly's number, which might be why this number is dropping, but I agree with you. When Embiid's been playing, he's a series matchup problem, not to mention Maxey, of course, who's still great. I really didn't have anything for this game. I think I would have considered Miami just solely based on them getting points in what I think is a coin flip game, but I didn't really sense an urgency to bet this overnight.
yeah, I did bet it. Philly money line. I'm hoping Embiid is confirmed in, closes around 3.5. That's the plan there. Next up, Houston, Orlando. This is another one of my games and another game where you can get a better number than I did right now. I don't know why this number is moving towards Houston, unless it's Suggs is not going to play. But even if Suggs doesn't play, I still think it's a little... Yeah, Suggs listed as questionable. Men Thompson listed as questionable. Houston's on a back-to-back here. What I was looking at is... Obviously, the Magic are much better when Suggs plays, even though maybe not... The perception of it is not that the Magic are so great when Jalen Suggs plays, but the game's on and off with him. Hold on, I have the graphic. I'll pull it up on the screen. So Jalen Suggs, Orlando, significantly better on both sides of the floor in the games he played. They're 20-14 when he plays. So if Suggs plays in this game, we're talking about the Rockets on a back-to-back here. This, by the way, what I have on the screen, that's where I have the game in this situation with Houston on a back-to-back without Suggs. So that's why I bet Magic +2. Because if Suggs didn't play, I still thought it was a decent bet. If Suggs plays, I would have this one Orlando -2. Orlando -2.5. The Magic are playing some great defense. We should see a really slow half-court type of basketball game. Houston just 2-5 in their last 7 games in these slow-paced games. So, yeah, I thought the number was off. If Suggs doesn't play, I make it about a pick. If Suggs does play, I would make Orlando a short favorite here. So, yeah, I'm on the Magic +2, but you can get a better number than I did. Another one where the market doesn't seem to like my bet so far.
Yeah, it might just be me not having much faith in actually putting money on either team right now, but I would go with Orlando if anything. Houston did play tonight. They played a fake basketball team. They won by a ton. Şengün had a triple-double in about 3 quarters. But I would go Orlando if I had to pick here. Houston still having to travel from Texas to Florida, playing back-to-back days. Not exactly the best travel spot. Yes, Orlando's traveling back from LA. Nice win there at the end, but the point is they did not play today. So at least they had a day off to recover, basically. I'd go Orlando, but as you said, should be a pretty ugly game. I don't really see this being an offensive, I'd say, explosion from either side. I thought about the under, but I didn't know if I actually liked it enough to pull the trigger on it. But I think it's just Orlando or pass for me. But damn, I really don't want to bet on either team right now.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you brought up the under, because that's another thing I considered is 2 slow-paced teams. This should be the slowest, ugliest basketball game ever. One thing that's considerable about Jalen Suggs, and let me pull it up again, my Suggs graphic. So we looked at the offense and defense with them. Look at the pace. So Orlando averages almost 3 more possessions per game with Suggs on the floor. So Suggs also changes the trajectory of the game in terms of the pace a little bit. So if Suggs plays, I wouldn't necessarily want to be on a super low under, even though I still would only have the game probably 217, 218. So yeah, Suggs is a factor. If Suggs doesn't play, I probably would rather have an under, but I still think Orlando's a +2 is a decent bet. Well, he +2.5 now is a decent bet regardless, personally, but market seems to disagree so far.
Yeah, for the total, you might just get one of those quarters where everything's in the half court. And we saw that with the Rockets against the Knicks in that game over the weekend, where Houston could potentially just score 2 points in 5 minutes. And at that point, your over might be dead. So we might see that all the time. I know that I gave out the Raptors, for example, their team total under tonight, which got there because they scored basically 2 points in the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Sometimes that happens. You know, you're tracking pretty well, but then if you get a very slow-paced game where one offense just shuts down, suddenly your under's alive again. And I can see that happening in this Magic and Rockets game.
Yeah. Yep. Speaking of ugly, you selected this game. This is all you. Portland, Chicago. Where are you going with this?
I'm going to keep fading the Bulls. There's no reason for me to stop fading the Bulls. The fact is, Portland has been okay lately. I know Avdija is still injured, but they have won 5 of their last 8. All 5 wins were by at least 7 points. Bulls, though, have lost 10 in a row. All 10 losses were by 6+ points. I understand the Bulls are at home. I get Giddey's healthy again. I don't really care. I'm trying to figure out who's going to be getting the Klingon assignment or even the Robert Williams assignment in theory. Yeah, I'm not sure. Have fun, Yabusele. I don't really know who's going to rebound the ball in this team. So Jeremy Grant's healthy. That counts for something, right? He's been injured for part of the season. I'll go with Portland. I know both teams aren't that great, but Portland is definitely better than Chicago. Until Chicago wins a damn game, I'll lay 4. I know when I wrote this to you, it was 2.5. So the line's already been going up. But Portland is actually a competent team on some nights. The Bulls are never a competent team right now because they have no centers. So I'm going to keep going with Portland. I'll fade Chicago. Give me the -4.
Okay, so I'll start off by saying I don't disagree. There's no way I would take the Bulls here. If you put a gun to my head and force me to place a bet, I would just say you can't make this total high enough and go blind over here. But I'll put over up. I'm not betting this. I'll put over up. If you asked me to make a pick on this game, I would say the total should be closer to 240. So I'll go blind over.
I'm just trying to figure out, though, who's actually going to be trying to fight Klingon for rebounds on the inside. Because Klingon could walk into what could be even a 20-20 game, and nobody would be shocked if you looked up and Klingon had 18 rebounds in the middle of the third quarter. Like, nobody would be shocked at all. So I think if you're going to be getting that many second chance points, and Klingon, of course, being a solid rim protector, I do think Portland can possess some matchup problems for the Chicago team.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't take the Bulls, that's for sure. Next game is also one that you selected, and we're talking Sacramento, Dallas here. And you went with another team. Oh, you went Dallas team total over.
Yeah, I didn't mind the full game over there. It was a pretty high total. I think it was like 233.5. But I ended up going with the Mavericks team total over instead, mainly because the Kings no-show a bunch of games on the road, and I was concerned that they might single-handedly drag this total down by themselves. But you're looking at the actual numbers for points allowed. 128 to Houston tonight, so they're on a back-to-back.
Did you?
They gave up 114 to Memphis the game before that, 139 to San Antonio. We mentioned Orlando before being bad offensively. They scored 131 against this team. So I know Dallas might be missing Middleton. I know Flagg is out, but the Mavericks did pretty well offensively the last 2 games. They have scored at least 123 in 2 straight. Past 10 games, Mavericks rank 8th in pace, and I do think you're going to end up seeing what could be a track meet unfold as the actual total keeps climbing. And over the past 10 games, the Kings are dead last in defensive rating. I think Dallas gets it to 120 here. I'll go with the over.
Yeah, so where I was confused is my graphic on the left side of the screen is incorrect. The total for this game is 232.5.
Yeah.
Not 210.
I even see a 234.5, so I see this line climbing.
Yeah. Yep. All right. And now to the last game. This total came back up. Why? How many points are we expecting Phoenix to score here? I took under 218.5. It did come down after I bet it. It was down to, I saw 216. Actually, FanDuel still does have a 216.5. Yeah, I'm on the under in this one. How many points are we expecting the Suns to score? Can they even reach 95? How many possessions are we even going to see in this game? 97, 98 tops? It's going to be a slow-paced game. The Suns have nobody to score. I don't understand why this total came back up. I think his total should be about 215, 214.5 maybe. So, yeah, I'm on under 218.5. You agree with that?
I think I have to. Phoenix has scored less than 97 points in regulation in 4 straight games. Over the past 2 games, I took the Celtics last episode. They crushed them in the second half. They scored 81 in that game, 77 against Portland. They had 110 against Orlando, but once again, double overtime game, so those numbers were inflated. And the game before that, they scored 94 against San Antonio. I can't take an over with Phoenix as long as Booker and Brooks are out. They can't score. I mean, you're looking at the actual lineups. You're looking at basically hoping Gillespie, or even when healthy, Grayson Allen just catches fire from 3, or Jalen Green doesn't brick every 3-pointer he attempts. But I think this number's too high. As you mentioned, the Lakers can play in the half court with Luka and LeBron. The Suns, they just can't put the ball in the basket. I know the Lakers defensively are not very good, but Phoenix offensively right now, without Brooks and without Booker, they have to be the worst offense in the league if you watch them play game in, game out. So I'm on the under as well. I'm not sure Phoenix gets to 100 in any game at this point. So if that's the case, I'm not taking an over in their games.
Yeah, and Phoenix, their pace has been so slow without Devin Booker. I'm talking about, we saw 83.5 possessions apiece against Boston. 83. 94 against Portland, 90.21. The league average is above 99. We're seeing such a slow pace from the Suns, and the Lakers have been running a slow pace also. So in addition to the Suns can't score, I don't really envision we'll see a fast-paced game either. So it should be a slow game. Look, the current version of the Suns, maybe the Lakers can score easily on them, but the Lakers' offense hasn't looked that great either. So, yeah, I really think that this total's 2 or 3 points too high. As of right now, market seems set at 218.5. I think it'll come down personally.
Yeah, I think people are also looking at the head-to-head numbers this season because all 3 games did get to at least 220. But a reminder, without Booker and without Brooks, just toss those games in the garbage.
Yes.
Because Phoenix, as you said before, it's not even about them just bricking a bunch of shots. They're also playing extremely slow. So when you combine the 2 of them, then I do think possessions, as you said, will be at a premium. And if you're generating nothing for 20 seconds out of the shot clock, instead of trying to run transition, you're going to impact the other team's points too because you're limiting possession. So I'm with you. I'm on the under.
Cool. All right, Scott, where can they find you?
Yep, find me on Twitter at Raisho Radio. All my picks are free. Find me on SGPN as well. Bunch of podcasts there. Also absolutely free.
Yep, so that's his Twitter handle right on the screen. Everyone, thanks for watching. Enjoy your night. See you all. Tomorrow is the big college. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's tomorrow's the Friday show. So the big college basketball show is Friday night. So, yep, everyone, see you tomorrow.